Hi, everybody. Today is June 25th, and I'm so excited that Nikki Sweezer is going to be our guest speaker tonight. She's going to review with us what she's learning from practical social media on how to figure out what our niche markets are, which is so important in, who we're posting to. And but before I want to do that, I want to go over, what is coming up soon. So it seems like I lost track of my weeks. I think we have an extra week because I'm used to the coach sneak peek starting the week after our challenge groups, but there's an extra week in this month. So I guess we'll start a sneak peek on Monday. Is that what everybody wants to do, or Tuesday? Monday?
Either or.
And I figured we do it for 5 days instead of 3. I think 3 is just too much, too consumed in the one day. So I'm going to figure out if I have time over the weekend, fingers crossed, that figure out a template for us to use. Okay? And I'm sorry, we actually are just trying our son in toddler bed for the first time tonight, and really nervous about it. But my husband can take care of it. But anyway, does anybody have anything that they want to talk about? Oh, Jen, you had something that you wanted to discuss tonight too.
I just had wanted to give just a kind of 2-second overview of kind of what's included in the Coach Basics, since I didn't take one myself, and I've got a girl that's kind of starting. So
basically how it works is that there's a template that we follow like every other challenge group, and every single day we post something about the coaching opportunity. And it's facts, it's no fluff. So, day one, I think it's just basically a general overview. And then we go in, the one that we have been doing is a 3-day program. So like day 2, it goes into, the costs and stuff like that and what's involved. And then day 3 is like the closeout or whatever. But we're going to spread that over time. So it's just a really good way to get people in a group and to get them excited about coaching and to be a part of, like a group. So does anybody have anything to add to that? No? Okay. So I know, like I said to you guys before, I know I had a really hard time explaining what we do as coaches. So it's just a really great way also, especially as a new coach, until you figure out how to have that conversation. Just be like, why don't you join? I think how I approach people is, I think that, you're such an inspiration. And I tell them why. I explain to them why. So it's whatever, if they may not have even ever taken a challenge before, they could have already been into health and fitness. I'm just really impressed by, your weight loss, and you'd be such an inspiration and can help so many people. And that, have you ever considered becoming, I don't ever use the word Beachbody. I don't use Beachbody at all in any of my conversations. But have you ever thought about becoming a health and fitness coach like me? Because I feel like I have the best, I usually say somewhere like, I have the best job because I get to help people feel so good about themselves again through their health and fitness. And I earn income doing that. And just make it seem like, because that's actually how I feel, so put it in your own words and, and then when they come back, if they've been part of a challenge group, they obviously know what Beachbody is, but if they've never heard of Beachbody, I do explain, a little bit about the company and what they do. Like I had a conversation with somebody today who never even done or heard of Beachbody except through my posts. So I'm really not shy about talking about it anymore. I talk about it very often, even to people that have never been a part of a challenge group before, because I just feel like it's all about planting the seeds, right? Because they're gonna, I'm planting that first conversation, the first seed about having the conversation. It's the same thing when it comes to inviting the challenge groups. You're planting that seed by inviting. They may not respond. They may respond and not be interested, but then they're going to follow you, and they're going to you're going to talk about your challenge groups. You're going to talk about your coaching experiences. You know, like when you have a challenger, you know, message you and say, oh, I've lost 2 pounds, or, oh, I've made this health, you know, lifestyle change, whether it's just eating healthy for a day, or what, you know, I would talk about that on Facebook. Or when you get off these calls and you're so inspired about being part of this team and how we help each other, I would talk about that on social media. Let people know your experience as a coach. So when you start talking about the conversation, you know, and invite them to be, you know, join your team or invite them to a challenge group, and then they see your posts, you know, about how awesome this opportunity is, and, you know, how I even made a post one time how, you know, I made enough income to pay for my trip to Atlantic City one weekend. And I was really proud of that because I had a really hard time as a stay-at-home mom having my husband pay for everything. You know, I talked about that. So it's like, just talk about like your little experiences as a coach, as a challenger. Share your weight loss story. It's just sharing your story. So they're all planting seeds.
Do you ever put people who are maybe just considering being a discount coach, ask them to maybe do it to kind of entice them to become an active coach?
Yes, actually, a lot of coaches ask all their coaches, discount coaches, to be in the sneak peek. And actually, they send an email out there after somebody signs up to, I have to find it. I think it's in the Diamond group I'm a part of. That when somebody becomes a discount coach, it explains the difference between, you know, different levels of coaching or whatever. And sometimes people do turn into regular coaches from that email. So I have to, maybe I'll find that for you guys, because I haven't used it, but I've been really considering it. So, you know, and that just goes to show the importance of inviting. Like if you're reading your personal development, if you're watching, and Nikki and I talked about this, if you're listening to every call and you're getting on, you know, Melanie's Monday night call and you're listening to the wake up call, and, you know, you get on this call and you get inspired, and, you know, you are reading personal development and you're being a product of the product and you're posting on social media. If you're missing that inviting piece, you're not going to go very far. The 3 vital behaviors are 3 vital behaviors for a reason. They all work together, one after another. So it's so important that every single day we do the power of 3. Power of 3 is invite, you know, start at least 3 new conversations, do 3 follow-ups to people that, you know, you haven't spoken to in a while, and, oh, brain fart. Send out 3 personal invites. Why do I feel like I messed that up? Anyway, it's just so important. Every single day, send out 3 friend requests. You know, send messages, 3 messages non-Beachbody related. Send 3 invites, and send, you know, 3 follow-ups of people. And actually, I know I've been talking a lot about Asana because it's just really worked for me. And Nikki, I'll stop talking because I know that you have a PowerPoint for us. But,
oh, you're fine.
But Asana has helped me keep track of all these conversations. I know that I can put in there, like, I want to talk to this person on July 10th, and on July 10th, it's going to tell me, you know, that's my due date. So I know there's something there. And actually, I created a new category, even just for people that I want to start, you know, commenting and liking their stuff, just so they can start noticing me. And then I can eventually send out a conversation, you know, in a few weeks with them. And, you know, so it just... And if you guys want me to do a whole call on just Asana, I can. But although I think I just did that recently, reviewed it with you. So if you guys have any questions, just let me know. But I can do it again if you would find that helpful. Because since I started, you know, Beachbody, I've been looking for a way to get organized, and I just never, I never ate that frog. And I finally ate the frog, and I found Asana. And now I'm loving it and wish I did it in the beginning. So start now. And add a little, you know, I don't go through my whole Facebook friends and add everybody all at once because that's just going to be too confusing. So every single day I make sure I at least add 5 new people to Asana, and I send them a message at the same time. Or if I've never spoken to them before, and I don't have like any kind of relation, like I never knew them before, we just met through social media somehow, like I'll just start liking their stuff and commenting until we build that type of relationship before sending them a message. So that's what I'm doing. So, and it just goes to show, like, these last 2 months, you know, my being newly pregnant and being, you know, everything that I was going through, I wasn't putting all into Beachbody, and I barely made SC5, barely. And that's me being a coach for a year and a half. But now that I'm feeling better, I'm already at SC10, and I feel so good because I'm like, finally, I'm back. You know, it just feels so good. So if you actually do your tasks every day and commit to doing it, just think about how good you would feel at the end of the day that everything is done. You don't have to have that overwhelming guilt in the back of your head, or, you know, it just would feel so much better for you to reach your goal every single month. And by doing that, it's by the 3 vital behaviors. Every single day. Every single day. Not Monday, not Friday, every single day. Commit to doing at least 1 hour. Okay, Nikki. Does anybody have any questions about that? Okay, it's all about consistency. Okay. So Nikki, go ahead.
Okay, so I made a little PowerPoint for everybody because I didn't know. I thought that would be the easiest way to present it. And I just kind of there's a whole webinar that I watched, which is what got me turned on to this and had me sign up. So I just kind of took little bits and pieces from it, and I think it's still available free. So I linked it at the end. So hopefully if you guys are interested, you can just go and watch the webinar that will explain it a whole lot better than I'm going to try to do, but I will do my best. So just a second and I'll pull up. Of course, the PowerPoint disappeared. Just a second. Okay, let me try and hello?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm not quite sure what I'm doing to share the screen. Okay, can you see that?
Yeah, we can.
Okay. All right. And then, okay, so I just took, like I said, little bits from this webinar. And the first part that they went over is talking about the 6 success fundamentals. So the girl, Leah Hinnefield, who did this webinar, she averages 58 SC points a month, which I couldn't even fathom doing anything like that because I'm struggling to, get my 5 every month. But I really just like the ideas and the things that they taught in this, and they've been helpful to me so far. So the 6 things that we're going to talk about is, like Shannon was saying, the niche market, believing in yourself and your brand.
Yes, believe, Nikki, that you can hit 58 SC points. Sorry.
That's okay. Your blog, creating content for your blog and your social media, your irresistible offer, and Facebook engagement. So the first thing and the most important thing that the first thing that we go over is selecting a niche market, which I never really just struck me as that makes so much sense, because in the beginning I was just wanting to grab everyone and tell everyone do Beachbody, do Beachbody, do Beachbody, and throwing up all over them and not having anything in common with them. So this really helped me to figure out my niche and to just really hone in on them. So Shannon posted, I don't know how many of you guys are in the Push to Emerald group. You guys might already be Emerald, but this little link here that I can post on our page was just a recording about figuring out what your niche is. And I think that the girl who did this broke it down really well and step by step exactly what you need to do to make a list. And I'm going to be doing that because I want to redo my niche because I'm not happy with what I chose and decided that I want to do something different, which is okay because I just want to do what's going to work best for me. So I really, really would suggest watching that. It's just a short 35-minute video, but you want to figure out who is going to be your perfect target market. Who do you want to appeal to? Who do you want to work with? Because really, if you have people that you don't relate to, then you're not going to be happy doing, you can pitch Beachbody and health and fitness all you want, but if if they're not the kind of people that are going to relate to you, then it's just going to kind of go in one ear and out the other. So try to find people that you relate to and that are into the same kind of things that you're into. Like Shannon talks about, finding people through the moms groups that she's in, because other people are moms. You know, if you're not a mom, you're probably not going to want your target niche to be moms of 5 or more kids or something crazy like that, because you just can't relate to them. So, and then once you choose your niche, the really important thing, which I thought I did, but I didn't do a very good job of, which is why I'm kind of starting over, is validating your niche, because you need to make sure that even though it's something that you're really passionate about, that there's actually a market out there for it, because there might not be. You want to be specific. And so like the example that I used here is Christian homeschool moms. So you want to find a niche that's actively searching for answers or help, because just because there's a niche out there, it might not be a niche that Beachbody would be able to help. So what we were taught was to use Google to validate it, because when you type into Google, like, I don't know, say you're typing in Chicago C, you know, Cubs might come up, or Chicago something else, like, so you're going to see like the top things that come up when you start typing something in. So it would suggest for us to like type in Christian homeschool moms and see what type of things come up, what's at the top of the list, because that will help to validate, you know, that's what people are searching for. So you know that there's a market out there for it. So the example at the bottom was, are you looking for the right homeschool curriculums that are also based on your Christian faith? Then check out these links. So there is a niche and there's a problem, and then you're helping the problem by, you know, providing a solution for it. So that was just an example that we used for helping to validate our niche. And like the biggest thing that I guess, I don't know why it shocked me, but was that Beachbody is not our brand or a niche market. It's the platform that we use to reach our niche. So we can't, like, Beachbody is not ours. Like, we are, you know, promoting Beachbody products, but we didn't create it and we're not owners of it. So we're just using these products to help people that are in our niche. So we want to differentiate ourselves from all the other Beachbody coaches and figure out what makes us unique. Because really, when you think about it, I don't know if you guys listen to the wake up calls, but every week we're talking about how, you know, there's over 350,000 Beachbody coaches. So what is it that's going to make this person choose you rather than Joe Schmo down the street, who also can just purchase a challenge pack and sign up and be a coach? So we have to differentiate ourselves and figure out what it is that is going to make people want to choose us rather than somebody else. And then, like I was saying earlier, we can't try to be everything to everyone, although it would be great to have, you know, all these different clients. Like, we can't appeal to everyone if we're really going to work on honing in on our niche and focusing on providing them with services and answers to questions that they have. Because if you have, just for instance, you know, people, if you're trying to focus on moms and people who aren't moms, you can't write a post that's going to appeal to both those people, because it's two completely opposite ends. So you just want to pick something that you're passionate about and that there's a niche for, and then just focus on that. Because when you think about the reach that we have with social media, you really can find these people, and there will be so many people. It'll just be that will fit into your niche. You won't have to try to make it work for everybody. So the second point is believing in you as a brand. So once you figure out like what your brand is going to be, like what my plan was to do something to do with people in wheelchairs. But what I found from my research is that it's not going to be like, to get as specific as I need to be, the niche is going to be too small, because I can't just say people in wheelchairs, because I can't relate to everybody who is in a wheelchair, because some people are quadriplegics and there's paraplegics, and there's people with spina bifida who I know nothing about, because that's, you know, I have a spinal cord injury, so it's completely different from things that they have. So once you find your brand, you don't want to deviate from it. You only want to post what is going to fit your niche. So I posted here to Leah's Facebook page and her blog page, because I really encourage you guys to check it out, because she did a really good job with showing how to post within her niche. She is she owns like a barn and rides horses, so everything that she posts has to do with riding and with horses, but she plugs Beachbody into everything and how that's a solution to being a more fit and an athletic rider for your horse. So here is a screenshot of her page. So she's got, you know, her about section. Her Rider Fitness Boot Camp is actually her, I'm not sure which program she uses, but that's like her challenge group that she does. But as you can see, she fit riding into that. And then she's got workshops and webinars, fitness and nutrition solutions. And then her online store is actually links to all of her Beachbody stuff that people can order through us. She just linked it up there. So down here's her her free clean eating challenge. And then she has like a free, this is her, we'll talk about this in a little bit, your irresistible offer, that she offers a free workout to people if they fill out a little survey on her website, which is cool because that's a way for her to get information without being salesy. You know, sign up for my free workout and then she'll get their information and they'll get something from her. And then again, here, her challenge group. So I just encourage you to take a look at that and see what she's done there. So like we were talking about, that's her blog. This should be the hub of your business. And I'm still working on getting mine 100% where I want it, so I can start promoting it. But I really realize the importance of this. It answers questions, builds relationships, it promotes your brand, it's free advertising, and it helps you stay connected to everyone else. So everything that you do needs to point back to your blog. So for instance, you know, if we're posting something, if we want to post something on my Facebook page, what I should do is post it on my blog and then put the link on my Facebook page. So every time somebody looks at it, they're directed back to my blog. If I post something on my like page, you know, it should link back to my blog. If I post a recipe, all that stuff can be on your blog, and you can post it on Facebook, Pinterest, and all that, but have the link sending people back to your blog, because that's where they can find all the information about you. It's where your story should be. Your brand should be really plastered all over your blog. You can post ongoing content, you know, blog posts and things like that, videos, frequently asked questions. Our promotions that we have running can be on your blog, different events, reviews, and then also from your blog, you can link back to your Facebook, Pinterest, Twitter, whatever it is that you're using. So, and then what they really banged into our heads is that the blog is the only place that you're 100% in control. And I know a lot of you guys get frustrated like I do when you go to run a Facebook ad and nope, you can't do it because you said this word, or you posted too many words, or you put this picture there. And like on your blog, you really have control of whatever you want to post on there. No one's telling you. There's no rules as far as what you can and cannot post. So that's why they want that to be the center of your business. And then about the content that's going to go on Facebook and our blog, wherever we're putting it. It's all about creating and sharing highly valued and free information that attracts and converts your customers. So you really want to draw people in, because if they're not attracted to keep coming back, then we're going to get a lot of people who, you know, might maybe want to just check it out one time and then they're lost. So they've spent their own time and your time, and then now they're not a committed customer. So one example post that she put as far as creating content was, how do I eat clean while on the road? Because Leah goes to a lot of horse shows and things like that. So she puts that question, and then underneath she posts a link for her top 10 tips to eat clean while away from home. And so she posts that on her Facebook page, links it back to her blog. And now when people go to her blog, they'll see all the other content that she has there as well, that she's created. So you want to attract the customers there and get them to keep coming back, and also sharing that information with other people. And then Content is king. It represents you and your brand. It creates the first impression and the lasting reputation, like we just talked about. It sets expectations around your expertise, so it really you can use that to show people, you know, that you are knowledgeable about the area that you've picked as your niche market, and they'll be interested in it because they are also interested in those same things, and that's why they're part of the niche market. And one little thing they posted was that content is the missing link for most coaches. It allows their target niche to know, like, and trust in them enough to do business with you, which is really important for us because a lot of people we do meet through social media, we don't have, you know, face-to-face contact with them or get to go do things with them. So we really have to build that trust so that they'll want to do business with us. And then the 3 tips that they gave us to start to ignite our content writing plan was just a little exercise. Answer these 3 questions. What are the 3 most important unmet needs you address for your niche? What are the 3 to 5 most important ways that you help your niche? And what are the 3 to 5 most common objections for your niche? And then once you answer these, then you can choose up to 5 and write a blog post about each. And that, you know, if you even just posted 1 a week, would give you a month's worth of content to put on your blog to get you started. So a couple real quick, what I did for like the first one, I put that there's not a specific exercise program for wheelchairs. And so then that is an unmet need. And so what I am trying to do is figure out a way to do a video to show how I've adapted the 21-day fix exercises to be able to do them in a wheelchair. So that's just a good exercise that really helped me get some of my beginning posts going. And then your irresistible offer is what can you do for your niche that they can't do for themselves? So this is what's going to catch people's attention when they're on your page and they're going to say, you know, I have to have this person as my coach because they get me. They understand exactly what I'm going through because they're just like me. So example again, Leah chose to do the free core workout. So that's her irresistible offer. That's what she uses to entice people. They can share that with their friends. And then she's just constantly getting new leads from that. And then Facebook engagement and ads. The biggest thing with this is to stop spending tons of time trying to create new leads and start converting them, which I think was my biggest struggle because I was saying, oh, look how many people I'm getting to like my stuff, or say that they want to join a clean eating group and then they disappear off the face of the earth. So by honing in on your niche, you will be able to get more qualified leads that are actually going to turn into challenge pack sales and are going to get you more SC points because there'll be people that are serious. And so one thing that you can do, I think somebody posted about it, one of the other groups, was getting like a form to pop up on your page so that people will fill it out so that you'll know that if they take the time to fill out that form, then you know that they're more serious about joining a clean eating group or a challenge group than just saying, oh yeah, why don't you sign me up for that? That sounds like fun. So that really didn't take any effort on their part. And if you get them to spend a little bit more time, you can learn about them. And then also it will create better leads for you. So in just closing, recapping what we talked about, finding your niche, honing in on your niche, finding out what you can do to help them, believe in yourself and promote your brand, create attractive content, create your irresistible offer, and get meaningful leads and converting them into lifelong customers instead of just a single one-time purchase. So like I said, everything that we talked about was taken from the webinar on practical social media. And I think I'm just going to post the whole PowerPoint presentation in our group, and then you guys should be able to just click the links from there to watch it. So thank you. Oh, here, let me.
That was great. That's awesome. So much good information, Nikki. Thank you. Do any of you have any questions for Nikki?
I was going to ask, is that, when she was talking about linking stuff to your blog and your blog linking back to Facebook and stuff, is that kind of like what Kathleen, I think that's what she started just recently, Is that kind of how that works?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw that's what she did. Like if you see most of the stuff that she posts on her Facebook page, it'll say Awakening Fitness because that's her blog. So I don't know if I don't think she went through Practical Social Media, but it's the same thing that she's doing. She's linking everything back to her blog. So
yeah,
And is there probably just like a tutorial? Sorry. I was gonna say, is there probably like a tutorial on YouTube or something on how to start a blog or?
I'm sure there is, but I'm really not computer savvy. So that's why for me, it was worth it to pay the money because they walk you through it step by step. And there's like a video for every single step of what you need to do. But yes, I'm sure that there's videos out there that will tell you how to do it.
Okay, thanks.
Do you think going through what you're doing is worth it?
I think so. I have not, I took a little hiatus because I got kind of overwhelmed with everything. But so I'm going to get back because I want to redo my niche. But I definitely think it'll be worth it because I wouldn't even just setting up my blog page, because if you go through Practical Social Media, like that setup that Leah had, like she didn't have to really create all that. You choose from, they have like 10 different things you can choose, and all the Beachbody information will automatically load itself on your page. So that was like a huge burden that I didn't have to deal with, because like I said, I'm not good with that kind of stuff.
I'm in the middle of creating one myself, and I'm actually unhappy with the person I'm working with only because it's taking forever. Like she never returns my messages. But anyway, there are people who would create a blog for you and teach you how to do that. So like I don't have to, I'm not designing mine. So that's awesome. But you can really, when she first started, she just went to blogspot.com and just created her own and just learned, and it didn't have to be fancy. She just started blogging and just started getting people's attention and linking it back. So it doesn't have to be anything super fancy at first, and then you can, pay somebody if you want. I mean, I only paid like $75 or something, and I think it's so worth it because a lot of the top coaches have blogs, and like Nikki said, it's like the only place that you can go to and not have any restrictions, and you can do whatever. So, and it's a way to generate leads from everywhere. You don't have to go through, Facebook, advertising. I hate the ads, but anyway. All right. Any other questions from anybody? No, I took notes because I think that what you talked about is a lot of what you talked about is just awesome. Especially the whole importance of finding a niche market. It's so true. Like if they can't relate to you, how are you going to help them? And if you can't relate to them, how are you going to help them? And that's how I used to be. I used to just try to find anybody because I just wanted to sell a challenge pack. But really, if you don't have anything in common, like if I'm talking to like a 21-year-old girl who's, still partying in college, like really, does she have anything in common with me? Is she going to want to talk to a almost 37-year-old stay-at-home mom of almost 2 children? Like, no. So it's so important to, find people that you can relate to. So that's so true. And love that Beachbody is not your niche. It's not who we are. It's not at all. And we want to create our own platform. It's just Beachbody. And I tell this to people all the time, like Beachbody has given me the opportunity to go out there and create my own platform and to inspire people and do what, I do best. And, and stop spending time trying to create new leads and to start converting them. So true. Sort of. Like, yes, you do want to constantly bring in more people, but it's so important to build the relationships with the people that you have. Just because they didn't go on, to the next challenge from our clean eating group, that doesn't mean just stop talking to them. That means continue that relationship. Talk to them once a month. See how they're doing with their health and fitness. And eventually they can convert into a challenge pack. 2 of my people this month that earned me 4 SC points total were from clean eating challenges a long time ago. So it's all about relationship building and, and keeping in contact with people and figuring out a system on how to keep up with all of that. So, all right. What else, guys? Anything else? I think, Nikki, you did awesome. Awesome. Good job. All right. So Monday we'll start our coaching sneak peek. I'm not quite sure. Are all of you in the Best Month Ever group?
Yes.
Yeah.
Katie's not, or you are too? Okay. So I'm really not sure when the group is starting. The challenge group is starting. Does anybody know?
Kathleen, I emailed her and she said that she's gonna wait. She was waiting until last night to see how many people we had, and then she's gonna ask, do people want to start either the week of 4th of July or wait till the week after? That we'll leave it up to the challengers to decide what they want.
All right. Awesome. All right. So I guess that's it. Have a good night, everybody.
You too.
Good night.
Rebel behaviors. Invite. Product of the product. Personal development every single day. Bye, guys.
All right. Bye.
Bye.